This Indian-inspired golden dal with gingered tomatoes is rich in protein thanks to the red lentils and a warm and satisfying weeknight meal. So let's get started. I have 2 cups of red lentils here. When you're cooking with lentils, make sure that you rinse them and pick them over for any sort of debris. To that, add 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric. Turmeric is ginger's orange cousin, great for anti-inflammatory properties. And then 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. To that, 8 cups of water. All right, we'll give this a stir here. And as this comes up to a boil, I'm gonna just work on my vegetables here. I have an assortment of beautiful, beautiful beta-carotene rich golden vegetables. So we'll start with bell pepper. I already have a yellow bell pepper in there. I kind of like to keep the color of this soup in the golden family. Add to our compost. So dal is an interesting word because it refers to not only a preparation, it means a pureed stew or porridgey type meal. It also refers to the ingredient, which is the lentils here. And the red lentils are such a great source of protein, fiber. They're one of those ingredients that will make you feel full and satisfied, nice and energized as well. Excellent source of plant-based protein. Okay, so we're shooting for 3/4 inch pieces here. And that's just so that you make sure everything cooks nice and evenly. But this is gonna sort of stew for a bit, about 45 minutes. And the reason why I started with just plain water here is that you're basically making a really, really rich vegetable broth because we're simmering these vegetables for so long. To that, we'll add a couple of carrots. Love these yellow guys. I think that they are so vibrant, beautiful. I find that the flavor is a little bit more earthy than the orange ones. And we've got our good old orange. Here I think I'm just gonna do some browns. The thing I really love about the red lentils is that the texture, once they're cooked, they're just so tender and creamy. So it's a really nice, comforting texture, I should say. And then I have 2 golden beets here. Love the beet. This adds a really, really nice hit of rich earthiness, sweetness as well. I find the golden beets a little bit sweeter than the scarlet varieties. You also don't have to worry about staining your hands quite as much. All right, so lentils are up to a steady simmer. Let's add all of the golden vegetables. You're shooting for about 5 cups here. Dealer's choice, you can decide what you add. It's good. Give this a stir. And just let this simmer until the dal is nice and tender, all the vegetables are nice and tender, it's thickened slightly. It'll be about 45 minutes. All right, so it's been 45 minutes. You can see this dal is looking really beautiful and creamy. So we're just gonna let this guy hang out over here and start on the gingered tomato relish. This thing is so delicious. You're gonna wanna serve it on everything in addition to your stew. So we'll just get our pan heated over medium-high. I have a tablespoon of whole cumin seed. I always like to start with whole cumin seed. I find that you just get a richer flavor than the ground. You never know when it was ground, so if you start with whole, I always enjoy the flavor a little bit more. So we'll just get these started a little bit just so that they toast and really release those delicious essential oils. Now we're gonna add the magic. This is a 1/4 cup of unrefined coconut oil. Make sure that you're reaching for the stuff that smells like coconut. That's a good sign that it hasn't been processed. We're gonna just kind of toast / fry the cumin in this. Looking good. All right, so while that's going, thinly slice 4 shallots. You're shooting for about a cup here. So the fried shallots just adds a really, really nice hit of caramelized allium-ness. That's definitely the sound you want to hear. All right. So let's season this with a pinch of salt. Okay. And while these guys are crisping up, I'm going to work on the gingered component here. So add about a 1/4 cup of julienned fresh ginger slices. This will probably come from about a 2-inch length piece of ginger. So this is a great soup if you're feeling a little bit under the weather. The ginger is going to help with any sort of immune boosting. The turmeric is also really gentle on tummies. All right, in we go. Okay, so while the ginger is softening, let's finish up on the tomatoes. I started with 3 cups of cherry tomatoes, just halved. So these are going to take about a minute to cook. They're really ripe and juicy already. The idea is to just heat them until they burst. All right, in they go. And then season with a little bit of salt. I'm going to throw in some pepper for good measure, although the ginger will be plenty hot. Love a little black pepper. Oh, this looks so nice. You can see the tomatoes are just sort of releasing their juices. All right, this looks perfect. Nice and juicy. So let's plate up. We have our beautiful, beautiful golden dal. Okay. Now, well, actually, I jump ahead of myself. Let's dollop with a little bit of yogurt. The yogurt adds a really nice sort of fresh tanginess. Looks like a good little dollop. Now, delicious, delicious tomato mixture. I mean, this is just something I would want to have a spoon and eat right out of the pan. It's going to taste even better with our dal. Just do a little scattering. Yum. And then for an extra fresh hit, some fresh mint. Just a few leaves here. If you had cilantro, this would be really delicious too. That is just what I want to tuck into. I cannot wait to try this. Let's see. Try a little bit of everything here. Really, really delicious. Love all the vibrant spices and textures going on here. So delicious. Great way to use red lentils. One of my pantry favorites. Can't wait for you guys to try this. Want more healthy recipes like this? Don't forget to like and subscribe.